I'm sure you're very familiar with this spiritual phrase that says, with God, all things are possible. But have you ever doubted the impossibility of God? Well, I really do not know. But you know, when I heard about the story of the blind mechanic, I began to ponder. I began to wonder. I began to think. I began to ask myself, how? How can a blind man be a mechanic? Because for me, to be a mechanic, you need your sight. You need your sight to kick the car. You need your sight to check, to lose, to do, to dictate. And then how come will they say there is a man who is blind and is a mechanic? Don't get it twisted. I haven't doubted the possibility of God, but I'm just human and I asked all these questions. But you know what? Today, standing here, we had to come all the way to Tungamaji to see for ourselves and to tell the story the way you will understand. And you know, stories are best told from the mouth of the person. On Against All Odds today, we have Mustafa, who will tell you his story the best way you will understand. And then together we will believe that with God all things are possible. Here we are. The program is Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority. And my name is Toshima Pius Ikiravi. Let's take this ride together.
This is Against All Odds.
I'll give the car to the mechanic. One, for him to be a blind man and has been doing that job for a long time, it means there is something he knows that I don't know.
No, I can't. For me, I can't give him because I don't know. I can't give him because a blind man, I don't know how a blind man will repair my car. Because the motor is a physical something. You have to, if you are repairing something like motor, you have to be watching and be seeing what you are doing. I don't know how a blind man will see and see the fault of the car. So for me, I will not. For me to give him better, I will do it myself.
So how will he going to display the cars out since he's not seeing?
I'm sure he must have been repairing other people's own, so that's why he's there. So while he's there, I will give him my own and he can repair it. Because he can repair it, that's why he has a shop and people know that he's doing it. So because people go to him to do it for them, I will now give it to him to do it for me.
That's why you know they see how we go repair a car. Automatically, let me tell you, I accept the truth now.
This is Against All Odds.
In the city of Gwagwalada, Tugamaji, Abuja Highway, just by School Junction, there lives a blind mechanic called Mustafa. Born and bred in Kano City, he's an indigene of Edo State with a heart as big as his dreams. Mustafa is happily married and blessed with 2 beautiful children, is a man of many talents, a true example of hard work and determination. He spent his days multitasking between being a skilled laundryman, a dedicated farmer, and a passionate mechanic. His hands are always busy, with a popular saying, there is no excuse for idleness. It's very, very interesting to be here with you today. It's a journey we have actually used months to thrill. I've always believed that, possibilities, there are possibilities, but I had my doubts. Today we're here. And we're here to know, how did you start? Where did you start from? What happened? And how has the journey been?
I started this mechanic job over 39 years ago. Kano State after my primary school. So when I start my mechanic job, I've been doing it of rough over 10 years. I have a side problem before, which is only my right side, so I cannot be able to see far away with it. So I was saying.
Fate had something unexpected in store for him. While driving at high speed, Mustafa's vision failed him.
When I was driving, I was speeding in 140 when my eye go off completely. So after my eye go off, I now try to bring my head out of the car. Off the car, use my ear to beat my eye to beat my ear. I try and stop the car by then. So that was 1993, if I could not forget. So since then, I was still having a side problem. I drove that motor for the road to my shop without I cannot see anything. After that, when I dropped the car, when I was going to my house, my two eyes I'm open back. I get my side back. And now turn back to go back to the shop, my eye closed back. So I just decided to go back to house. So since then I was having a problem. Running up and down in the hospital, go to Central Eye Clinic, SIM for Kano to Kaduna, Kaduna to Niger, Niger to everywhere. But there's nothing to be done. So I wanted to stop the mechanic job. I look up, I look down, I say, if I stop this job, what am I going to do? I cannot be able to leave this job to go on my vein, just like that. Let me continue it. I have the belief that this problem that I have today is God that He put it to me. He know that I can carry it. So there's nothing for me to do. So I continue my job.
Mustafa embarked on a new journey, undergoing training in a field that did not rely on his failing eyesight. He learned to adapt and found ways to channel his passion in different directions. While his eyes may have dimmed, his spirit remained as bright as ever. Mustafa transformed his workshop into a place of mentorship. He sincerely desires to share his decades of mechanical wisdom with aspiring young mechanics, both the sighted and blind. You said the experience you have for these 29 years, you have been blind. You didn't even have that experience when you were a sighted man and worked for 10 years before you became blind.
I have more experience now more than the time that I'm seeing. So now this how I'm doing my job over good 39 years. When you bring your vehicle come, if you anything that is disturbing, whether it's the engine or his leg, if you anything that is working, if it is leg, I will say you okay, just drive, let me stay at your side so that I will know what is going on. So whatever is happening, I can surely tell you. If it is engine, I can surely tell you. And if you lose it, I will show you what is well. If you are the one that you go to buy it, no problem. If you see I've shown somebody, there's no problem. All those ones are doing it. There are some people have been asking me how am I know the tools when I'm working with. Then anything that is surprise us, it is not surprise God. If you bring tools come out, any spanner that I need, when I shook my hand, I will use my hand to test it. I will know the number of the spanner that I need to do the job. I will pick it, start losing what I want to do, lose it, bring what is well out, buy it, I face it back. So as you can see now, when you just come, you saw me in my job. So that's how I'm been doing my job. Oh. I thank God for my life today, Sha.
For 39 years, 10 years as a sighted mechanic, and 29 years as a blind mechanic, Mustafa has mastered the act of reviving people's cars and giving them peace of mind because he pours out his heart and soul into his job and ensures perfection at all times. His eyes brightens, his soul gladdens when his magic fingers respond to the instructions from his head given by God. How do you gain your customers? It's a wonder for me, because if I am driving past and my car breaks down and I ask for a mechanic, and then the mechanic that comes to me is a man who is blind, I'll have my reservations. And then how do you even gain these customers, and then you are even able to sustain them thereafter?
So know me, they know that I'm blind, they know my job, they know what I can do. There are most of these customers again when they say they are a new customer that they doesn't know me before. When they bring their vehicle come, I will not even attempt to go there because other people can go there. When they go, it's when they want to do the job before I go appear in that place. So when I appear, when I stand doing the work, you cannot be able to know whether I'm seeing or I'm not seeing. So maybe by the time I will get up, or maybe you are closer to me and does not know I match you or I hit you, you'll be complaining. So it's not that they will tell you say it's a blind person, it's not seeing. So that's why it will be a surprise when you say you mean that this person is not seeing, but as if person is doing work since you are telling me that it's a blind man. So what surprised us it does not surprise God.
Overcoming with determination, Mustafa is a beacon of inspiration, showing that challenges could be overcome with determination and a positive attitude. Obviously, from all these things you have said now, it is you that loosens the engine yourself. It's not like you instruct people to do it. So, how do you do this? And how do you get to test run the cars?
It's me. It's me that I'm going to order it is order, it is the engine. It's not that I'm going to lose it. I do it with my hand. I'm loose, tight. I do it in myself. You know, what you know is what you know. What you doesn't know, that's what it doesn't know. If you bring your car, if it is electrical problem, then first of all, there's the way that you check it. If it is a fuel problem, so you can able check. There's a lot of the line of the fuel problem that you will check. If you see that that fuel is not useful, before you will now confirm if it is electrical problem. So if it is electrical problem, by then we call electrician to come and check the wires. All those one I know, yes, is still it's something that I'm using my experience for.
This is against all odds.
Let me deviate a bit and go into family, just as I mentioned. Tell us about family.
I did not marry a time because this 21 years now when I'm married. I was a blind before I married. And my wife is not a blind woman. So my first wife, if I'm married, that's a Nigerian woman. So we have a two kid with her, that one. So now myself, my wife that is my house now self is not a blind woman. So my children they are seeing, so me I'm not seeing. I can say since I born those children now, I can only use their voice. It's not my eye to see them. So anyone that is speak, he talk, I know who's this person. So that how I using anybody's voice work. So it's not that I see. So from family side, even the person that is seeing, you have a challenging of that talk lots of person that is not seeing. So you know as a blind man concerned as I am now, I'm the be the one that you will bear it to be taking the mind and so that quarrel will be no come out, fight will not come out. So follow that gentle by gentle so that we stay a peace which is not a pieces. So my children now, I think the first son, I'm already finished his secondary school, job mechanic job, and now graduation. When the girl is in a she's in a secondary school now and doing a tailor at the same time when he's studying a doctor. So
Mustafa transformed his workshop into a place of mentorship. He sincerely desires to share his decades of mechanical wisdom with aspiring young mechanics.
I was surprised when I meet him working and begin to ask how this man is working, where is not see. They say it's not today. He doing this work. It's long ago from Kano to here. They do this work. I said to myself, I'm very surprised because he ordered me. He even do something which is a person that see, which is cannot even understand what is doing, and he done it. Where they bring a vehicle for us to work, when they see him want to join us to do the work, they will brace up and say, "Ah, who is this? Well, this one want to do Maka. It's us. We talk to the person, just leave him. You know what he's doing. He sabi the job. You know what he's doing in the job. So don't fear. Before the customer will come down, we allow him to work. And when he start working, the customer will be happy." Since I came here, we never have any argument for something which is bad. We always sit. If we don't have anything to do, we start a joke, play with each other. Before, if you have work, we join hand to do it. That's how we stay here.
This is against all odds.
There's so much discrimination going around persons with disability. And then you being a blind mechanic, I know that you have encountered this personally. Talk to us about it.
I'm having too much of challenges in many places. Because of that challenges, that's why you are seeing me in this place today. Because as if you want to if you plan to open a shop now, I'm looking at if I'm opening a shop on my own. Before anybody that will bring a vehicle in that place, when they ask who's the master of that place, if you come out, the person will not accept and will not agree. Maybe will not even leave us to do the work. So and because of that, I'm still following people working on those people. And this man that we are working in this place together, he was my boy for when I was learning work. So now when I see I cannot be able to work alone, so I'm be following them, working under them. So that's why I'm interested them come to Abuja, work maybe to 2 to 3 months, and go back to Kano, start on that things since I'm not doing only mechanic job alone. So when I come to this side again, I will continue the mechanic job.
You've been doing a good job since, so I saw as you thought it, remove tire, do everything. For right now, what's the problem? What have you dictated and what are you trying to resolve?
This vehicle now, we want to bring the beam down. As you are looking now, just look this place very well now. You will see these bushes. You pull out in the back because I'm already spoiled. Look at it here. You pull out. After this, if you look this one too very well, go to inside like this. You will see this one too as well. And look at this other one too for back here. You will only see it maybe it's very inside. Maybe you cannot see it very well. So both this side and the other side, it's just something like that which is no good. So have to break the whole of everything in the back down. So that we can be able to change them and return it back.
His unwavering passion, resilience, and love for mechanic has left an indelible mark on all who knows him, proving that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit could shine brighter than ever. Mustafa, which kind of cars do you specialize in?
and specializing in Volvo, Honda, Toyota, and all Japanese cars, and doing other cars too. But those most of those cars, Honda, Toyota, Volvo, and all Japanese cars, is motions for the car that I'm doing. But other cars, Mercedes Benz, all those one are doing that too. So now, as you are seeing now, I'm in the Volvo yet. So maybe next time you come, you meet me Toyota, or anytime you come next time, meet me Honda or Peugeot or Golf, Mr. Mazda, all those ones. So no one that I'm not doing.
So now, if if a coil has a fault, how will you know? How do you dictate that a coil has a fault?
Okay, it's just like the way that you asked me a question for the beginning.
Yeah.
If you look this car now, it does not have carburetor. There's no coil, no distributor, nothing like that. All it is electricals, and having a coils. Okay, this is a sensor now. You're using a sensor for everywhere. Okay, now if you want to detect the problem now, if maybe one of the coils is not working, once you just it's just like this pin of this thing now. Once you just pin it out, if it is the coil, you will see it set the slow to low. It will stay steady as it's supposed to, as it will dey. You will then it will show you that the coil is not working. When it is working, if you remove it, the slow will go like the car want to quench. When you return it back, it will steady. So if it is not working, you will not shake.
Fantastic. So it's not all about eyes. There
Yes.
is much more than the eyes can meet, right?
Yeah.
You are not begging. You've not gone to the street to ask anybody for anything. You have your handwork and you're doing it so well. Even against the odds of the fact that you're blind, it hasn't taken you away from your job. This is a job you have mastered for 39 years and for 29 years as a blind man. How do you think, Nigerians can come in to help you?
When I will continue to say what I'm saying, when anybody that will come and interview me in this place, my mind will not cut in that way. I'm always talking it. If a government want to come into to this program to help me, they will only do one thing that I want government to do for me. Let them get me a place of mind. Anybody, I'm still talking it. Any blind person which want to learn the work, let them bring it come. I'm a blind man. I will know how to teach that blind man in this work. And the people that they are with their two sides, let them come to come and learn. I would like to get those people so that I will have a section A and section B. If you are going to make section A with the blind people, section B will be the sight people. But this ones can be tried to tell government to give us this help for me to get a place to get instrument of the work. It's not that only that when they get it, they leave it. They will be made let them to be bringing their account to that place to see what we are performing.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa, for giving us all the time. It's obvious that you know what you're doing and you know how to do it well. You've spoken to the government, and we believe that with God, of course, everything is possible. Ah, you know, speaking with Mr. Mustafa today has given me more insight into personality, believing in who you are, having confidence in the God you serve, and knowing that only with God everything is possible. When I was speaking to Mr. Mustafa, he said something. He said, God will not give you what you cannot carry. God knows that even in his situation, he can strive. And that is why the situation came to him. And he embraced the situation with two hands. And with two hands, he will fly. He will fly with your help. He will fly with my help. Mr. Mustafa is not on the street begging. He is not asking for arm. He has his handwork, and all he needs is an opportunity to strive. It's been an absolute wonderful time on Against All Odds. And you know what? We come up because of you. and we urge you to stay with us again as we bring more stories to your doorstep. Against All Odds is open to partnership. It's open to you telling us your story. Thank you for staying with us on this episode. My name is Doshima Pius Ikerafi. Let's do this again next week, same time. Bye.
Audio Jungle.